Welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here and I'm glad you could join me. Today's topic is, how can I be the baddest boy? Smash that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend, and hit the notification bell because we got a video coming out every day. How can I be the baddest boy? Why would I want to be the baddest boy? Doesn't it sound bad? But the baddest boy that women love. You think everyone tells you? No, they do tell you to be a nice guy. Hey, treat her good, bring her flowers, tell her you love her, open the door for her. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with those things at the right time. But I'll guarantee you, if you take her out, let's say on the first date, and you bring her flowers, she may not even be there. You know, once when I was younger, I did that. I went to pick up this girl. She wanted to go out with me. I get to the door. I have my flowers, and her mother answers. And guess what? She wasn't there. I smiled, gave the flowers to her mother, and left. Crushed. Never did that again. Now, I won't say I've never given flowers to a girl, but I never did that again, like first date flowers. If you go pick up a girl and you're like all trying to get her approval and supplicating to her, she is probably not going to go out with you again. Instead of seeking her approval, just don't care. Go there and wonder if you're going to like her. So why do the bad boys get the girls? Because they don't care. They don't need a girl's approval. They have a life. They're doing something that is more important than chasing tail. They have a vision, a mission, a purpose. For example, when I was younger, my motorcycle, my Harley Davidson, and any other motorcycles I had were much more important than women. I had a steady girlfriend, I had other steady girls, and then I had other girls that I would pick up here and there and I would sleep with. All of them loved me. They all knew I messed around, or how would I say, cheated. I hate to use the word cheated, but they all knew that I had other women. But they didn't care because they knew I always came back to them, the steady girl. Okay, so I was the classic bad boy. All right, I didn't beat them or anything. They just loved me because they could not have me. They could not tame me. There was always that competition anxiety. Okay, so to be the baddest boy, you have got to just be the baddest boy by being independent, being non-needy, having a focus, a vision, something that you would walk away from that girl in a minute for. Like for me, if it come down to my Harley or my girl, I'll tell you which one I would choose, and it wouldn't be my girl. And they knew that. If it came down to my freedom or my girl, I wouldn't choose my girl, I would choose my freedom. I did what I wanted to do. If they wanted to follow me and they wanted to come along, that was fine. But if I didn't want them to come, they had to wait for me to come back. Now, I know you think that sounds mean, but try being a nice guy and see how well that works for you. And if that was working for you, you wouldn't be listening to me today. Hey, I've tried it. It doesn't work for me either. I have been the steady, dependable guy who gets up in the morning, kisses his wife goodbye, goes to work, comes home every evening, and is in bed by 10 o'clock, takes her out once in a while, has dinner with her, the good father, the good husband, etc., etc., etc. You know where they got me? Divorced. One of them even told me, you know, you're a good father and a good husband. I just can't live this kind of life. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? So she left me for the meth dealer who just got out of jail and had the ankle bracelet on because he was exciting. I was boring because I was doing what society and what most women will tell you to do if you want to have a good woman. And she will reward you for being this steady, dependable provider. Doesn't work that way. At least it didn't in my case. And if it's not working for you, I suggest you try something different. Now, I'm not saying you have to be an a-hole and treat your girl or your wife like crap, but what I am saying is you never put your wife first. Never. Never put her first. I say put your relationship with God, your higher power, your higher self, your center, whatever works for you first. Second, your mission. Third, you put your girl or your wife. Everything comes after that because you have to take care of yourself first. And if you don't take care of yourself first, then how are you going to take care of anyone else? And a woman knows that. If she sees that you're too focused on her, or at least if she thinks that you are, she thinks, this guy is weak. He's not taking care of himself. He's not taking care of his business. And he can't take care of me. If he's that focused on me instead of what he's supposed to be doing in life, then he could be pulled away from someone else. And she does by someone else. She doesn't feel safe. But she feels safe with a man who's pursuing his purpose. He's taking care of himself, because she knows as long as he's taking care of himself, if she is with that man, she is going to be taken care of. And just forget about this stuff that, oh, a woman doesn't need a man to survive or to get along or to support herself. And in the USA, that is very true. Okay? But do you think that's going to change thousands of years of evolution? Do you think that's going to change her reptilian brain, which for eons has needed a man to survive? So that's ingrained in her deeply, that she needs a man to survive. And she wants a strong man. I mean, most women in the U.S. say they want a man that they're equal to. No, they want to feel equal to every man except the one they're with. Okay, they want to feel like he is more powerful, that he can protect them. Who's going to protect her when someone breaks in the house at night? Are you a bad enough boy to do that? If you're not, you need to be. So what you need to do is the same thing I need to do. You need to work on yourself. The Romans, some women are going to feel insulted by this if they watch this. The Romans treated their woman a little bit better than they did their slave. Okay, now they took care of their slaves. Of course they did. Because if they didn't take care of their slaves, the slaves couldn't take care of them. Okay, so they take care of their woman better than a slave. Now that sounds insulting, but there's a certain psychological aspect to that where a woman knows that this man is not so focused on her that he can't do anything else if something happens to her. Because if she has a child and she dies during childbirth, she knows that this man can live without her, that he's going to be able to take care of the children, and her lineage will continue on. The same as a man. He's looking for a woman that he knows if something happens to him, that she will find a way to raise that child to adulthood and his line will continue. So you have to be a strong man, and this all begins within you, to be the baddest boy. To be this baddest boy just means to be independent, to be self-sufficient, to not be needy, to not be seeking the approval of a woman. You don't need anyone's approval but your own approval. And when you approve of yourself, other people will approve of you. When you love yourself, other people will love you. And how do you start to do that? Do things that make you feel good about yourself. Self-esteem comes from within. And when you start building that self-esteem, as I say many times, look in the mirror every day. In the morning, say, I love you. Look right in your eyes, say, I love you. You're the most beautiful man I've ever seen. You're awesome. You're great. And it's going to seem silly when you first start to do that. But if you do that with emotion, say it to yourself like you would say it to your best friend if he were down. Every day before you go to work in the morning and when you get home at night. And any other time during the day that you happen to see your reflection, tell yourself how beautiful you are. Don't listen to your rational mind. Continue to do that and you will become that. Tell yourself you're a badass. You're a badass. You're the baddest guy that I know. Man, you're tough as hell. Man, you got a hard punch. Whatever. And you will find that you'll become this person. I know this all sounds silly and childish, but as one wise man said, unless you become his children, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is within you. You're the king of this kingdom. Everything that happens inside of you, you control that. No one can make you think a certain way. Only you can choose your thoughts. What you have become today has happened by repetition of what you have allowed to come into your kingdom, what you have believed to be true, and most of that is from other people, from outside sources. You have allowed those people to determine who you think you are. Today, start to determine who you want to be. You make the choices of what comes into your kingdom. You are the king. You are the gatekeeper. It's up to you what you allow to come in. What are you feeding yourself with? Feed yourself only with thoughts, visions, ideas of what you want to become, as if you are that now. Act as if you are that now. Think as if you are that now. Talk as if you're the baddest guy that ever lived. Talk as if you're the most beautiful man that ever lived. As if you're the sexiest man alive. Look in the mirror and say, man, you're sexy. You get better looking every day. And you will come to believe that. And as you do, the world will bear witness to that. People will start telling you things. But you have to be aware that are congruent with who you want to be and who you are becoming. Don't believe me? Try it. Try it for more than a day. Try it for more than a week. Try it for more than a month. Try it and do it until it becomes a reality in your life. It works. It works for me. It's worked for countless others, and it will work for you, and you too can be the baddest boy that women love. Have a great day.